That's Billy Flint. Third on the field, the number 92, the 1995 TD4 Truck Champion at the Seekonk Speedway. Out of Attleboro, Mass. in the Goosebook Garage, R&J Auto number 92. That's Turk Gunbay outside of Turk. And the number 17 out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island, and Mike's Auto Repair, Northeast AP. That's your 1996 late model champ here at Thompson International Speedway. That's Rick Gentes. Starting fifth out of Swansea, Mass. in the Shady Tree Auto Sales, R&B Club number 24. That's Ray Soulier. Outside of him in the number 28, the 96 champion at the Seekonk Speedway out of Somerset, Mass. in the Shady Tree Auto Sales, L&L AP. Number 28, that's Kenny Casper. Next on the field in the number 1, that's Billy Clark out of Seekonk, Mass. and starting scratch on the field, also out of Seekonk in the Warwick Musical Theater, Timothy's Place, number 4, that's Robin Sloan. She has one feature win on the season. 10 laps the distance, 8 trucks on the field. 2 trucks weren't able to make it, the number 3 of Jeff Carter and the 63 of Mike Butts. Looking for a green this time by Dick Brooks up on the starter stand. Darling and Flint going to bring them down. Brooksy waves, and we are underway. Darling and Flint battling for that front spot as they head down into turn number 1, but the 92 of Turk Gunbay sticks the nose of that Ford Ranger down underneath, but just doesn't have enough off the corner. He slows up, and that puts Rick Gentes into the 3rd spot. Soulier into 4th, and the 28 of Kenny Casper rounds out the top 5. One lap complete. Dave Darling at number 52 leads down the first lap. Flint and Gentes battling side by side for that second position with Ray Soulier with 9 wins on the season, right there in the thick of the hunt. Soulier with a good jump on the outside off the 4th corner, trying to get that 3rd spot away from Rick Gentes. Gentes just has enough down on the bottom. Soulier takes a look down low as they even out single file into turns 1 and 2. Dave Dowling out of Seekonk, Mass., your leader in that. AC Delco number 52. Rick Gentes 3rd, 2nd. Billy Flint in the number 13 out of Asona, Mass. And the Rolling Stone Trucking number 13, Gentes, all over the back of him. As Gentes tries to catch the 52 of Darling. Darling has checked out from the rest of the field. Gentes a little slideways off that 2nd corner. Puts Soulier underneath. It looks like Robin Sloan's got a problem in that number 4. She is slow and has lost a couple of positions. Soulier into 3rd, down underneath the 13 of Billy Flint. Soulier into 2nd. Gentes follows through. Here comes Kenny Casper and that number 28 as they all battle for that 2nd spot. But they've got a long way to go to catch your leader of Dave Darling. Gentes in that 17, extremely slideways off the corner. That truck is loose. But Gentes does know this track like the back of the hand. He is your 96 late model champion here at the Thompson International Speedway. Halfway this time for Dave Darling in that number 52. Soulier, Gentes, Casper, and Billy Clark round out your top 5. Looks like Flint has got a problem. He's back to 7th on the field. Gentes getting some heavy pressure from the champion, Kenny Casper, in that number 28. Casper has 4 wins on the season. The truck that Gentes driving has 1 win. That's normally driven by Archie Sherman, but the win came with Joe LeMay behind the wheel after Archie was sidelined after an injury. Gentes extremely slideways off the 2nd corner, gathers it back up, but that puts Casper on the inside down the backstretch as they battle for position. This time by, it's 3 to go for David Darling, who started on the pole and has led every lap since. Tight battle for that 3rd spot. Casper down low. Gentes on the high side as they head into turns 1 and 2. Gentes trying to hold on up high, but Casper gets a little sideways off the corner, and Gentes starts to pull away from him. 2 to go this time by David Darling, your leader in that AC Delco A&N Auto Body Bristol Chevrolet, number 52. Darling has led from the start and has never looked back. Ray Soulier and that Shady Tree Auto Sales R&B Club, number 24 in second spot. Doesn't look like he's got enough time to catch your leader. White flag out this time. Soulier trying to gain a little more track position on your leader. Just a lap to go. It's going to be tough. Good battle for that third spot still between Gentes and Casper. It is a battle nose to tail. Billy Clark, the Jarrett truck, racing number 1, runs 5th on the field. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Looks like David Darling's going to take down the win in this first ever truck feature event here at the Thompson International Speedway. This A&N Auto Body Bristol Chevrolet, number 52, your winner. That's David Darling out of Seekonk, Mass. Second is going to be Ray Soulier out of Swansea, Mass. Third, Rick Gentes out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Fourth, Kenny Casper, Billy Clark rounding out the top 5 with Robin Sloan, the 92 of Turk Gunbay, and the 13 of Billy Flint rounding out the field. "18 years old, his first season running anywhere. He's driven a late model here once, but he's driven the TD4 truck division. This is his 3rd win of the season as he unbuckles his belt, lets down the window net. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause. 18-year-old Dave Darling taking down the win for the World Series here at the Thompson International Speedway. As he climbs out of the truck, down with him, of course, Rich Bono, down in victory lane to interview your winner.
All right, thanks very much, Kevin. Dave Darling wins it here today, the first ever truck race here at Thompson Speedway. Congratulations, Dave. Great run for you.
Oh, it was fun. That was a lot of fun.
A little bit different, bigger track than Seekonk.
Oh, yeah. Good vibration going on straight away.
Truck worked really great. Ray Soulier comes up second. He was one of the guys to beat it. Seekonk all year, so it must feel great to beat him.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how many features he won. He won something like 10 or something like that at Seekonk, so it was pretty good to beat him up here.
All right, congratulations. Little trucks on the top of your trophies. Here at Thompson Speedway, the Red Dog World Series winner, Dave Darling, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for him as he puts this truck in victory lane here this afternoon. All right. That's it from down here in victory lane with the first scheduled feature event of the afternoon in the books. Up next will be the Midgets, the Neva Midgets. Ready to roll, and up in the booth to call this one, we've got Russ Out and Chris Romano with us here today. Let's go back upstairs.
The space of a week up in Groveton, New Hampshire, and at Riverside Park Speedway in Agawam, Massachusetts. Stevie Dumas crosses him over. The field will go double file. Then break into our patented World of Outlaws. 4 abreast. Wave lap. Anyone who stayed up late last night to watch the World of Outlaws from Manzanita, you saw the King, Stevie Kinzer, take another one. Evidently, I think we might dispose with the 4 abreast in the interest of time. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen, the final appearance of the Midgets all season, starting in turn number 4 and working all the way down the main stretch. I want you to give these guys a great send-off. Wave your hats, wave your hands. Let them know how much you appreciate the show that you are about to see, and I guarantee it'll be a good one. One more lap to go here at the Big T, the Red Dog World Series. Be your own dog. Richie Coy and Johnny Payne are going to lead them down, and how many times have these two guys bumped wheels in the American 3/4 Midget Association ranks? Right now, they're in the full midgets. Brian Cleveland and Chuck Welling, row number 2. Chuck Welling trying to get back into his spot. This seems to be causing some of the confusion. And with a little luck, we'll get over that confusion soon, and we'll be ready to go racing. Richie Coy, Johnny Payne leading him down. Looks like we're going to go this time. Nice and slow off turn 4. Coming on to the main stretch. And we're going green. A big battle up front, 4 and 5 wide as we head into turn number 1. Richie Coy will lead him through. Look at the uncle coming down the backstretch. Joey Coy taking the lead coming out of turn 3. Remember, this one is for all the marbles. Coy has got to stay in front of Drew Finoro, who is slicing his way up on the inside. It's the two Coys leading this first lap. Drew Finoro, and we go to yellow. Ryan Cleveland pulling off the racetrack, and we have Pete Perniciglio out of shape in turn number 3, and there must be some oil down in turn number 2 because we got Glenn Cabral and Pete Pavlik out of shape over there. It's a Coy family front row. Joey Coy on the inside, Richie Coy on the outside. Johnny Payne, Paul Wallace, Gosick and Drew Finoro lead him down to Stevie Dumas's green flag, which we are going to get right now. Gosick to the inside of Lawless, going to make it 3 wide, going into turn number 1. Out front is still the 94 Coy. Gosick now up to battle for second with Richie Coy. Out front it is Joey Coy. And Gosick takes the second spot. Drew Finoro mired down in 5th place, trying to get by the Volkswagens of Babe Shaw and Paul Lawless. Goes deep into turn number 3. He gets them both. Now he's in 4th place, and we got a change for the lead out front. It is Double O Joe Gosick out in front in Gene Angelillo's Gertie-powered machine. Battle for the championship focus is now on 2nd place. Joey Coy and Drew Finoro. Gosick way out front. Coy occupied with Drew Finoro. Finoro to the inside, and Joey Coy. Coy battles back on the outside, lap traffic on the inside, but Finoro pulls it off, and it's an Angelillo 1-2 here at Thompson Speedway. Gosick in front, Drew Finoro in second, Joey Coy in third. If it ended right now, Drew Finoro gets championship number 7. Battle for 4th. Babe Shaw in the 107, holding down 4th comfortably. Look at Noki Finoro from the back of the pack all the way up to 5th. In Bobby Seymour's number 9. But out front, it is the Angelillo team cars of Joe Gosick and Drew Finoro. Finoro now closing in a bit on Gosick. The 94 Coy going by some lapped traffic, still out front. The team cars, the 46 and the 45. Gosick in only his 3rd midget race ever, leading the pack here at Thompson. Number 13, Ed DeVoe, slowing in the backstretch. He'll be pulling in shortly. Joe Gosick flicks off another lap with Drew Finoro in second. Coy now all alone there in 3rd place. Big lead over Nick Finoro Jr., who is taking 4th over the 107 of Babe Shaw. The team cars, both Gertie-powered machines, both Boston Hawk chassis, battle it out in front. With Drew Finoro taking a look to the inside now of Gosick as they go down the backstretch. Gosick in front, Finoro in second. Cars will be entering heavy traffic soon. Finoro looks to the inside one more time. They negotiate their way around Glenn Cabral in the number 17, entering into turn 1 again. Heavy traffic will confront these leaders as they go down the backstretch. Gosick and Finoro heading toward turn 3. Finoro, another look, this time on the outside. Lost a bit of momentum that lap, however, as Gosick extends his lead a bit. Nick Finoro Jr., what a story this is. He's taken 3rd from Joey Coy after starting in the back of the pack. Nick Finoro Jr. in 3rd, Coy in 4th. Battle is for 4th indeed as Babe Shaw takes a look to the inside of the number 94. Gosick leads Finoro by about 4 car lengths. Nick Finoro Jr. now in 3rd. Babe Shaw gets around Joey Coy for 4th. Coy now in 5th place, watching his championship slip away. Out front still the team cars of Gosick and Finoro. Nick Finoro Jr. trying to close some of the on his brother. Joey Coy Coy falls back another position as Paul Lawless in the number 6 gets by him. Halfway down, halfway to go for 00 Joe Gosick. And Drew Finoro. Nick Finoro still trying to reel in the 2 leaders. And something is wrong with Joey Coy's car as he gets passed again by the number 49 of Brian Kobolars. Trouble on the backstretch. Jason Rochelle slowing to a halt. And what a shame. Problems for Nick Finoro in that number 9 as well. Jason Rochelle in the 38B stopped on the backstretch. Will have to go yellow soon. And what a shame. Noki Finoro, after sitting in 3rd place, has to pull off the speedway. Well, this is the break that Drew Finoro was waiting for, as he will get a chance with about 11 laps to go to see if he can get by Joe Gosick. Scott Jackson, the 59, is a lapped car. Kobolars in 4th. Richie Coy in 5th. Johnny Payne in 6th. And watch the number 94 of Joey Coy. Green is out. Gosick getting a good fight off turn 4. Drew Finoro looks to the outside. Now looks to the inside, but it'll be Gosick leading the pack again as we go through turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Where is Joey Coy? He is already up to 5th on the speedway, looking to get past Lawless, and he'll do so this time. Tough break for Lawless. Number 6 slowing out of turn 4. But out front, it is all Joe Gosick and Drew Finoro. Kobolars now in 3rd. Joey Coy fights his way back to 4th after that tire problem. Does he have enough laps? 10 to go to catch the leaders. Gosick, Finoro, Kobolars, Coy, and John Farrell now looks to the inside of Richie Coy to take over 5th spot. But out front, it is all 00 Joe Gosick, as he looks to be set to take his first NEMA feature. Joey Coy now up to 3rd. Tough break for Brian Kobolars. Slows on the front stretch while holding down 3rd. We'll see if he can get off the speedway. Very tough break for Kobolars. Slowing in turn 1. Looks like we're going to have to go yellow, and we do. One more chance for Drew Finoro to catch Joe Gosick. But the guy who really got paid the big dividend here was Joey Coy, taking the gamble, changing the tire, starting from the rear. Watch the number 94 as he will no doubt look to try to pass both of the lead cars, as the championship will be decided in another 8 laps. Stevie Dumas looks him over. Field nice and slow out of turn 4. Gosick bringing everybody a little high. Green is out. Finoro wins the drag race this time, as he puts a car between himself and Coy. A little insurance policy there. Coy looking to the inside of Joe Gosick, but it is Finoro grabbing the lead on this restart. Finoro out front, Gosick in 2nd, Coy in 3rd, Farrell fine 4th, Payne. John Payne now rounds out your top 5. Drew Finoro is looking for championship number 7, and he's looking to pull it down in style with a win here at Thompson. Joey Coy, oh so close, but needs a whole lot of luck in the remaining 6 laps to catch the 2 Angelillo Gertie-powered machines in front of him. 5 to go this time by. 5 to go, says Stevie Dumas for Drew Finoro. Joe Gosick in 2nd. Joey Coy in 3rd. Finoro another time down the Thompson backstretch. Leaders will be in traffic before this race is finished. That may come into play. Finoro pulling out a big lead now. Gosick, Coy in 2nd. Coy in 3rd. Check that. Finoro winds his way through traffic down the backstretch. Dispenses with it without a problem. A distant 2nd, Coy a distant 3rd. as the laps wind down with 3 to go. Finoro negotiated his way from turn number 2. Joey Coy giving it all, trying to catch Gosick, but he's running out of time. 2 to go. 2 to go for Drew Finoro. Joe Gosick goes high around the 77 of Mike Legel. Joey Coy passes the line in third. And it'll be white flag time for Drew Finoro. Joe Gosick in second. Coy holds down third. Finoro down the backstretch one last time this season. Enters turn number 3 behind Scott Jackson. It is going to be a win in championship number 7 for Drew Finoro. Joe Gosick in second. Joey Coy, what an effort. A fine, fine effort in third. John Farrell, speaking of fine efforts, takes down fourth. Chuck Welling will round out your top 5. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The championship has been decided. Drew Finoro picked up his 4th win on the year, taking down championship number 7. Finoro pulls in, takes off the steering wheel, unbuckling from the car. Once again, Finoro, Gosick, Coy, Farrell, and Welling round out your top 5. There's car owner Gene Angelillo right behind on the 4-wheeler. Still unbuckling Drew. And as soon as we see him there, he's taking the congratulations of his many crew members and the people gathered around the car. Unbuckling the helmet now. Getting out of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner here at the Red Dog World Series at Thompson Speedway. Today's winner and the 1996 NEMA champion, Drew Finoro.
Drew, congratulations. Great win for you. Had past teammate there, Joe Gosick, on the last restart to get it done. And boy, what's all this stuff coming out of this race car here?
Well, it was running 210 at the restart. It went up to 260. And I know if I stopped, my owner would have killed me.
Well, you won the championship and won the last race of the year. Congratulations, a great run for you.
Well, thank you very much. You know, everybody knows to me this is the most important race. I know we look like a bunch of schmucks out there today. I apologize for everybody. We'll do better next year. Thank you.
Drew Finoro, ladies and gentlemen, he is the NEMA champion in 1996. And very fortunate for him, this race probably didn't go another 5 or 6 laps because it is pumping water all out the back of that midget. Drew Finoro nails down the win over his teammate Joe Gosick, and a great run for Coy, who comes all the way up to finish third. But down here in Victory Lane, down Hunting in Victory Lane, congratulating Gene Angelillo, the car owner, and the race winner and NEMA champion, Drew Finoro. Let's have a nice round of applause for all of them, ladies and gentlemen, your championship team in 96.
All right, ready to go. One more to go, says Kenny Isimone. The Diamond Chevrolet Camaro pace car brings the field off of turn number 4, and the safety lights will be extinguished as they cross the start-finish line with the clinch green flag displayed. Dick Dubois, number 75, on the point, and alongside number 15 for Mike Primavera. Out of Southbridge for Primavera in Charlton City for Dick Dubois. Then it's Rick DeRozier and Mike Casey from Holland, Massachusetts, and Rentham, Massachusetts in row number 2. All right, good field of Pro 4 Modifieds ready to go. 22 laps the distance in this one, and as Russ mentioned, the Isthmus Supermodifieds are up next to decide their series championship for 1996.
As we mentioned, Trackside Northeast is here doing footage for race day, for RPM tonight, and for Speed Week, and Channel 1 Video out of Epping, New Hampshire, also here shooting for many of the television stations that air race programs in northern New England. So we welcome them as they enjoy a beautiful sunshiny afternoon high atop the press box here at the Thompson Speedway. All right, pace car is in. Looks like we're just about set to go. Kenny Isimone stares them down. The Pro 4 Modifieds exit turn number 4. They come to the start-finish line, and the green flag flies. We are underway.
3 deep on the start. Primavera takes the early lead as Dick Dubois falls back a bit, but Mike Casey immediately climbs up through, and Casey takes over the top spot as they exit turn 2. Dubois back into second as they rumble down the back straightaway, and here comes Chris Osella in the number 16 moving on up. Osella is now up to third, and he gets a good run going on the inside of Dubois in turn 4. Keep your eyes on George Savory in the 21 and the number 2. Those are your championship cars. Ron Smith from Oakham, Massachusetts. Ron Smith in the black and yellow number 2. Both of those guys carving their way up through the front. Here comes Chris Osella trying to get by the 75 of Dubois.
As you mentioned, the 21 Savory drops to the bottom of the racetrack, pulls right up alongside the number 30 of George Ruff. Savory indicated last week this could be the end of his racing career. This might be it, the 1996 season. He has been at it for a long, long time, and if George does, in fact, decide to pull the plug on it, what a great way to end if he can pull off a win here today. He started deep in the pack, is now all the way up into the top 5 with that black number 21, and is now breathing down the rear bumper of Rick DeRozier.
About a dozen years ago, we saw another driver who drove a famous number 21 end his racing career here at the World Series. George Summers went out in style with a victory. Back in 1983, driving for Art Berry, the World Series was his final race, and he won it. Let's see if Savory from nearby Westwood, Mass, close to George Summers. And you can see by all the win stickers on the side of that car, very successful season, very successful series here in the Pro Force for George Savory in the number 20. He was defending champion of this race. He won it a year ago. Coming off 4, they'll complete lap 5 this time. And Savory has now moved up into the 3rd position in the number 21 car.
He is really on a roll, no question about it. The number 2 car that you mentioned of Ron Smith also trying to get back into the thick of this thing, but he's got a long, long way to go. Savory is just really outpacing the rest of the field as Savory now dives down low, slips in, picks up the 2nd spot. All he has to do is put away Mike Casey, and George Savory will be right out in front with that black number 21.
Savory with a pretty good move to the front. He started in the 12th spot, and in just 6 laps, he's moved up to 2nd position. A lot of smoke out of the 30, and a lot of smoke here on the first turn out of the 15, and he goes around. There is a lot of liquid down on the racetrack. The 15 outside pole sitter, Mike Primavera, he goes around, and
you can see an awful lot of liquid going down in there as he obviously dumped something, either an engine or a radiator hose or whatever. So the 15 car for Primavera, who started outside pole, is out of this one.
Our Featherlight Modified Tour finale, which will take place just 2 more races from now.
And boy, is there interest in that race. We'll do our very, very best to keep you up to date during the progress of the race with regard to the positions of Tony Hirschman and Steve Park. All right, meanwhile, we are back underway in the Pro Force, and into turn number 1, it is car number 8, Mike Casey. Once again setting the pace, but Savory makes a move on the outside. Down the back straightaway they go. George Savory inches ahead as they head into turn number 3. And the veteran, George Savory, grabs the lead as he exits turn number 4. He'll cross the stripe and be scored as the leader of lap number 7.
So Savory is out in front, pulling away now over Mike Casey and Chris Osella. Dick Dubois running along in 3rd spot. George Sherman is now moved up into the 5th position as we see the number 2 car moving on up through the field. That is Ron Smith, 2nd place in the points, and he is now up into the 6th position in the deuce as they all try to chase down George Savory with 8 laps complete.
Last weekend, Savory was able to just run away and hide in his qualifying race, and it looks like he's in pretty good shape today, barring any mechanical difficulty. Savory knows this racetrack like the back of his hand. He has competed here for many, many years, not only in the Pro 4 division, but as a modified driver competing here, Stafford Speedway, Seacon Speedway. I mean, George has run virtually up and down the East Coast, but seems to do very, very well here at Thompson. And he's showing his stuff today with about a half a straightaway advantage over the driver of car number 8, Mike Casey. Now there's a challenge for 2nd. Down on the inside, Chris Osella in car number 16 challenges for the 2nd spot, but Casey holds on as they work for 1 and 2.
Halfway this time by for George Savory as he continues to cruise around the 5/8 mile here at the Big T. Savory negotiating turns 3 and 4 and puts lap number 11 on the boards. in the lead in the number 21. Mike Casey still in second. Osella third. DuBois is fourth. And DeRocher now moving on up to the fifth spot. George Sherman is in sixth. And the number 2 for Smith has fallen back a bunch in the deuce. He's back into the 7th position now as we see DeRocher make a move underneath the 75 of DuBois once again as they come to the stripe. 10 laps to go.
Into the final 10 circles as George Savory is out there pretty much by himself. A lot of great racing going on deep in the pack. Look at that battle we've been going for the 4th spot with DuBois maintaining this position with car number 75. But coming up right there to challenge on the outside, looks like the 49 of Patrizzo. Off the turn they come, back down across the stripe. It is rather the 12th car of DeRocher.
On the inside, Rick DeRocher's been running pretty well there all day long. But now George Sherman comes up on the outside of the yellow number 13, and Sherman moves up and around DeRocher and tries to take over the 5th position out there. Actually, that's 5th spot right behind Dick DuBois. DeRocher is 6th. Smith is back to 7th. Patrizzo is 8th as they roll around the 5/8. Dan Missouri senior back there in the 9th position in his first run in a while. Behind the Supermodified, with that Danny back here at Thompson Speedway. His son Doug will be out of the NASCAR Featherweight Modified Tour feature in just a little while from now. Coming down the line, 7 laps to go for George Savory from Westwood, Massachusetts. Good battle for second as Chris Osella continues to try to find a way by second place running Mike Casey.
Casey is certainly hooked up and has found the groove of the racetrack where he runs the best and has managed to keep DeRocher and the entire pack, in fact, back there behind him. Casey is really, really hooked to this racetrack, but Osella keeps trying to look to the inside.
A little bit of a problem here in the front straightaway as George Sherman gets together with Rick DeRocher, and those 2 cars rub wheels, and everybody able to sort it out and keep on going. But Mike Patrizzo, who had just gained 2 spots, falls back a couple of spots here. 5 laps to go now. The signal from Kenny Isimone for Savory. Here comes Osella trying to make a move under Casey for second, but he cannot do it. Dick DuBois with a good run in 4th position.
Osella is using every inch of this racetrack. Coming off of 4, he was right at the very bottom of the racetrack. When he hit turn 1, he was trying a high groove, looking for any combination to get around Casey in car number 8. That's a great, great run there for the 2nd spot. Once again, here comes the challenge, but Casey withholds the position.
A lot of smoke out of Harry Wheeler's number 19, and he pulls it down to the bottom of the racetrack in turn 2 and 3 rather, and he's going to put it into the infield as everybody continues to roll around the racetrack under green. We've got just a few laps to go here, and Savory is forced way out wide around the number 9 car as we rumble it down, just 3 laps to go.
Off the second turn and down the back straightaway all by himself, George Savory, but the battle for second is far from over. Casey, who led the early going of the events, maintains the 2nd spot. And Chris Osella in car number 16 is right there, just knocking at the door as we have 2 laps remaining in this one. Final circuits around the half-mile, number 2, with George Savory, Westwood, Massachusetts veteran, deep into turn number 3, all by himself. Casey now has opened up about a 3-car length advantage over the Osella car with 1 circuit remaining. It is the 21, Savory. Let's follow him off the second turn and down the back straightaway, keeping an eye on that battle for second as once again Osella is right there knocking at the door. Checkered flag will wave for car number 21. George Savory from Westwood, Massachusetts takes down the win. Here comes the run for second. It will be Casey Osella. Then the 13 of George Sherman. And finishing in the 5th spot would be car number 2 for Ron Smith. So an unofficial rundown of the top 5 goes like this. It would be George Savory in car number 21, followed by Mike Casey in car number 8. In the 3rd spot would be car number 16 for Chris Osella. 4th would go to the 13 of George Sherman, and unofficially in 5th, car number 2, Ron Smith out of Oakham, Massachusetts. So George Savory, who has been by far the winningest driver in this division in 1996, makes that hard right-hand turn as he goes through the pit gate, and George Savory will head for victory lane here at the Thompson Speedway. all as part of the Red Dog World Series. He can hear you now. How about a nice round of applause for George Savory?
George Savory, ladies and gentlemen, is your Pro 4 winner today. George, congratulations. Car was really hooked up. Another win for you in the World Series. You won it here last year. A lot of rumors, though, about retirement. Was today's George Savory's last ride?
No, not this year. Next year will probably be the last year I'll do anything on a steady basis. But we say that every year. So.
Car was really hooked up great. Got by Mike Casey pretty early from a mid-pack start.
Yeah, no, the car worked real good. We didn't know, like anybody else didn't know what it was going to do. Where we had to, set down all week long. But the tires came in real quick, and I knew Mike was going to be real fast, and the easiest way to get him was going to be on a restart, and it worked out for us.
And a championship year for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. This race here, I believe, is dedicated to little Harry Carafas, and I'm very proud to accept these. On behalf of the family, I know them very well, and there's nothing you can say. That's about it.
Okay, congratulations, George Savory, on a win in a championship year. George Savory, ladies and gentlemen, is your Pro 4 Modified Feature Event winner here in the Red Dog World Series of Auto Racing here at the Big T. Track owner Don Honing on hand to present the checkered flag and the trophies to George Savory, very familiar with Victory Lane here at the Big T. All right, folks, the ISMA Supermodifieds are on the racetrack now, ready to settle the 1996 ISMA Championship. Let's go upstairs to Russ Dowd and Al Robinson for the call on this one.
All right, Rich.
Well, as they acknowledge your presence for them, down in turn number 1 in the pit grandstands, give them a wave, wish them well in 50 laps of green flag competition. International Supermodified Association starter Jerry Kritzman on flag stand, Steve Dumas doing the honors assisting Jerry during this event. Steve, of course, having flagged the NEMA Midget feature just a few moments ago. Joe Gosek hoping to improve his NEMA Midget finish by just 1 place as he came home second. Jerry Kritzman displays the white flag to your front row of Howard Page and Randy Ritzkus. Dave McKnight and Mike Ordway in the second row. Joe Gosek and Chris Perley in row 3. Championship leader Russ Wood shares the 4th row with Danny Sewell. Back in the 5th row, it's Pat Abold and Mike Douglas. 6th row, John Greenhall and Dave Samard. Then Scott Martell, Randy Sweet, Bob Smith in the 00X. Alongside 51, Joey Moriarty. 85 is Bobby Whitcomb. And the Dago number 4, the Jersey Jet, Joey Payne. The rest of the field moving into position now. Payne and Ritzkus setting pace off turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. Ritzkus will get the jump on the field as they pour into turn number 1. Ritzkus comes away with the lead. Already Ordway is up to second. Here comes Perley to third. McKnight in 4th. Page will drop into the 5th spot momentarily. Here goes Gosek to the outside. Randy Ritzkus with the 1 career ISMA victory. That came the first ever ISMA event at the Oswego Speedway back in 1992. He hopes to put the potent Shea Concrete machine in victory lane again here today. He will lead Ordway, Perley, McKnight, Gosek in a side-by-side battle between Russ Wood and Howard Page. Russ Wood, of course, needs only to finish 15th to clinch the title, but ask any race driver and they'll tell you, hardest thing to do is to try to run slow. Russ Wood will try to rate his pace. Joe Gosek with a high groove between turns 3 and 4. He rides in the 5th spot as the best race on the track. He is for 3rd place between Chris Perley and Dave McKnight. Randy Ritzkus holding that 5 to 6 car length lead over Ordway. Perley is 3rd, McKnight is 4th, Gosek is 5th, and Wood has settled into 6th. Now it's side by side for 7th place with Pat Abel taking the spot. Page is 8th, Sewell is 9th, and Mike Douglas holds down 10th position with Dave Samard challenging in the 2nd Shea Concrete machine. Coming down to complete lap number 5 of 50. Still, Randy Ritzkus, in fact, Ritzkus stretching the lead over 2nd place with Mike Ordway. This feature, by the way, was lined up on the handicap system. The top 12 cars from the heat races were handicapped in first order of their recent performance. Scott Martell slows on the straightaway. He should be able to make it to pit road. Scott Martell will end really something
of a disappointing season in a very disappointing fashion as he goes behind pit wall. Scott Martell finishing third in 1995 as the points. That performance here in 96. Whitcomb on the inside slowing down a bit, but he'll stay under power. Ritzkus, perhaps only 3 or 4 laps, catching the tail of the field if we stay green. That's where the fun will really start. Right now it's John Agor riding shotgun on the field as George Baldwin is pretty good, and Brian Wood, number 79, will pass George Brothers. Ritzkus quickly catching the tail of the field now. You can see Agor in his sights, slowing now, and heading for pit road will be number 98 of Lou Saccone, Gucci Motorsports machine, out of this one early. Team already set for the 1997 season. Quentin Lou will be driving Gucci Black Beauty. Ritzkus in turn number 1. He'll put a lap on John Agor. He has 8 car lengths advantage now over second place Ordway. Ordway holds off Purley and McKnight. Gosek is alone in 5th. The battle is for 6th between Wood and Abel. Ritzkus now in heavy traffic. Will go to the outside. Slide around Whitcomb. 2-lap cars now between leader Randy Ritzkus and second place Ordway. Ordway, for the moment, is beginning to close the gap. Whitcomb gets a little high on the track in front of Ordway. That will slow down the second place car. Ordway in traffic. He'll go to the inside of Whitcomb now. Brothers is in front. He'll try to change lanes and go to the outside of Brothers. Purley right on Ordway's bumper, dogging him every step of the way. And McKnight not giving him any rest as well. Out in front, Ritzkus dealing with traffic. To the high side. Petro a lap down. 12 laps on the board now. We have been clean and green. The leaders are in heavy traffic. Ritzkus. Next we'll look at the rear bumper of Andy Powell. He's ahead of him, Bob Gutermount and Willie Stutzman race side by side. Traffic now for Ritzkus to pick his way through the Ordway. He's by no means clear of traffic as he's got Baldwin and Petro to deal with. Side-by-side racing for Gutermount and Stutzman right in front of the leader. Now Stutzman gets the better of that battle. Ritzkus has not been able to put those 3 cars away. Now he ducks to the inside of Andy Powell. We'll get around Powell. Now we'll go to the outside of Gutermount in turn 1. Ritzkus handling beautifully here. At 14 laps on the board, he's led every inch of the way. Ordway second, Purley third, McKnight fourth. Gosek holds on in 5th. Wood is still 6th. Ebold is 7th. A bit further back in the field, Sewell is 8th. Officially behind Sewell in 8th place. Douglas would be 9th, and Samard would be 10th. Now Ritzkus, momentarily free of traffic. He's lost perhaps a third of his advantage to Mike Ordway. He only has 1 lap car to deal with. That would be 88 of Willie Stutzman. Willie holding the groove between turns 1 and 2. Ritzkus still looking for a way by as they pull in on the 53 of Jamie Letcher. Bob Gutermount in the 93 will slow. Gutermount is on pit road as 17 laps go up on the board. Ritzkus is around Stutzman. Still the gap, some 8 car lengths between leader Randy Ritzkus, second place Mike Ordway, but Ordway's second place coming under increasing challenge from Chris Purley. Purley not in a position at the moment to win the title as long as Wood stays in the top 10. But Purley going to give it his all to go out with a victory here at Thompson today. A great side-by-side battle back in the back between Randy Sweet in the 16 and Joey Moriarty in the 51. Ritzkus now clear of Stutzman. He'll go to work on Jamie Letcher. Ordway and now Purley. Move around Stutzman as well. Ritzkus to the inside of Letcher between turns 1 and 2. Digging off the low side. Ritzkus will put Letcher a lap down. Carrying you back through the top 10. Ritzkus is your leader in the 27. Ordway second in the 26. Third is Purley in the 11. Fourth, McKnight in the 94. Fifth belongs Joe Gosek in the 00. A change for 6th place now. Pat Abel to the high side of Russ Wood. They'll race side by side. Caution will be on the speedway for the first time in this 50-lap race. 21 laps on the board as Jamie Letcher rolls to a stop at the high side of turn number 4. Final race of the season for the International Supermodified Association. It has indeed been an outstanding season, dominated by the great consistency of Russ Wood, the strong late season run of Chris Purley, drivers who have come into their own this season on the ISMA circuit. Some teams that have showed renewed competitiveness, like the Lichty team now with Dave McKnight at the wheel. And of course, some teams who have also not had the sort of season they were looking forward to, but will hopefully be ready to go when the Supers roll off the trailer again for the Florida Series and to open the championship portion of the 1997 schedule when they come north next April. In 9th, 37 of Dave Samard, and in 10th, the 4 of Joey Payne. Looking for a restart with 21 on the board, 29 to go. Ritzkus will set the pace with Ordway in his tracks. Green is in the air. Ritzkus taking off. Ordway will go with him. Into turn number 1. Ordway looks high. Ritzkus stays down low and keeps the lead. Further back in the field, the battle for 6th place is renewed as Wood and Abel go side by side. Out in front, Ritzkus running a low line, getting good traction off the turns. He's able to pull off some 3-car lengths on 2nd place Ordway. Top 4 on a breakaway now as 5th place Gosek and 6th place Abold. Work on Willie Stutzman. Wood for the moment shuffled back to the 7th spot, but that's well within the window of opportunity. Lynch is 3rd in the championship in the last 6 years. Ritzkus pulling away now. Ritzkus with 6-car lengths over Ordway. Purley is 3rd. McKnight is 4th, and a big gap back to budding battle for 5th as Abel goes to the low side of Gosek. Gosek has been running high in turns 3 and 4 all day. That allows Abel to get alongside. Abel on the low side in turn 1 now, but Gosek with the high line is able to fight him off. Out in front, Ritzkus, high, wide, and handsome. No challenge as he pulls away. The battle will now again be for 2nd between Ordway and Purley. Randy Ritzkus looking to put his first victory on the board as a member of the Shea Concrete team. That is, of course, the team for which Russ Wood won 2 ISMA championships, nailing one down just 2 years ago in 1994 right here at Thompson in the World Series. Here's your battle for 5th. Gosek continues to fight off Abald. Ritzkus now drawing away dramatically from the battle for 2nd. Randy appears to have everything under control. We're now past the halfway mark, lap 27. Going up on the board, 27 down, 23 to go. For Randy Ritzkus from Athens, Ontario. Small block, modified dirt track driver along the St. Lawrence Valley. Switching to the asphalt ranks in the early 1990s. Have a big victory at the Oswego Speedway in 1992. At that point, as part of Team Dunnigan on a one-race basis. Now he pulls away from the Dunnigan car of Mike Ordway as Purley looks over Ordway. Tries to get on the low side, but Ordway has the spot covered. 29 laps on the board. Ritzkus absolutely streaking away from the field. He's now lapping into the top 10 cars. With every car that he laps, he puts a little more insurance on that lead. Just now putting John Greenall in the 26X a lap behind. Gosek continuing to hold off the persistent attacks of Abel for 5th. Abel looks low again off turn number 2. Abel able to get his front wheels up alongside the rear wheels of Gosek. Not able to make the pass. Gosek staying down low in 3 and 4 this time. He does not get as good drive off the corner as he did when he was running up high. And that allows Abel to get alongside. Gosek taking the high road by necessity through turns 1 and 2. He will still hold off Abel to that battle for 5th. Out in front, Ritzkus. No problem yet. Only 18 more laps to go. Ritzkus now closes in and laps 85 of Bob Whitcomb. Momentarily put 3 lap cars between the leader and the second place battle. Got behind Howard Page now. This could give Purley an opportunity. Ordway. It's a tight line around the outside of Page. Does not leave Purley any margin to make the move. Now Ritzkus closing in on Randy Sweet. It'll be 35 down and 15 to go this time around for leader Randy Ritzkus. So far, only one caution flag has interrupted this race. 21 laps complete when Jamie Letcher will stop at turn number 4. Andy Powell slowing on the back straightaway, but he will remain on the track. Now Powell will spin in turns 3 and 4. He will come to rest in the low groove of turn number 4. Caution will again be on the speedway with 35 laps complete. Hard to tell if Andy Powell wanted to get into the pits or not. He slowed quite dramatically on the back straightaway. Did not dive for the pit entrance. Instead, he looped it in turn 4. Fortunately, he was going rather slowly at the time. Showdown time coming. Just a couple of 100 yards from now as Randy Ritzkus leads the field into turn 3. You see Whitcomb dropping down so as not to impede the leaders. Here's the green, and the chase is renewed. Whitcomb quickly dropping out the leader's way. Slot in front of a similar lap car of Howard Page. 3 leaders now well away, and this time Ritzkus does not pull away. Instead, Ordway will dog his tracks, and so will Purley. Race long Gosek and Abold battle is now the battle for 4th. Abold again goes to the low side. He may be able to trap Gosek behind the Whitcomb car this time. Absolutely dead even between Gosek and Abold for 4th place. And now Abold will take the spot as Gosek is very loose off turn number 4. He will also lose position to Rushwood. Out in front, Ritzkus barely able to put a couple of car lengths on Ordway. Now Ordway closes in between 3 and 4. Ordway putting the pressure on, so is Purley. Ordway and Purley all over Ritzkus. Then a big gap back to 4th place Pat Abold. Abold will definitely need a caution getting contention for this one. That's 37 around the board and 13 to go. Purley seems to lag just a little bit. Ordway was putting on the challenge. Ordway not getting off turn 4 very well that time. Ritzkus just a little breathing room. Should we go green the rest of the way? The leaders will be in traffic. At least 7 or 8 laps remaining. That could be where this one is settled. Ritzkus has used traffic to his advantage so far. We'll have to do it one more time. Abold is 4th. Wood is now 5th. Gosek holding on for dear life. The second here comes Payne to challenge. Gosek definitely severe handling problems. Off turn 4, he looks good in turns 1 and 2. Payne will get by for the spot. Battle is now for second between Ordway and Purley. As Ritzkus, after 3 or 4 laps to get the tires warm, is now taken off once again. Gosek dirt tracking through turn number 4. Really coming under threat now from a resurgent Dave McKnight. McKnight, new rubber on the car, just thunders past Gosek in turn 2. Here comes Samard as well. Out in front, Randy Ritzkus facing traffic in 2, perhaps 3 laps. John Agor, Kenny Sewell, George Brothers, John Greenoff, all battling for position right in front of the leader. Kritzman displaying the passing flag. Those drivers will need to run single file to avoid inhibiting the leader. Purley takes a look at the low side of Ordway. Turn 2. Ritzkus, he's now in traffic. Spin off turn number 4. Joe Gosek loses it, spins to the inside. Caution is on the speedway with 41 laps complete. Joe Gosek fighting. The number 00 since the last restart finally loses the battle. He loops it off turn 4. Champion car among the leaders is the 18 of Howard Page. Here's the green. Ritzkus, good restart. Top 5, nose to tail, turn number 1. Ordway riding high, trying to get that extra drive. Off turn number 2. He's 2 car lengths behind Ritzkus between turns 3 and 4. On each green flag run, it's taken Ritzkus a little time. He has been able to pull away. Baldwin has not been able to threaten. Of course, now with less than 8 laps to go, the likelihood of traffic interfering becomes less and less. Ritzkus down low. Ordway up high. 3 car lengths apart. Hurley is third. Abel is fourth. Wood is fifth. Now into 6th comes Dave McKnight. Joey Payne back to the 7th position. Samard is 8th. John Agor slow on the front straightaway. Agor being motioned to the inside. Will he be able to make it to the pits? Does not look likely, and he will not. Agor come to a stop on the front straightaway. We will be under the caution for the 4th time this afternoon with 43 laps complete. Has already displayed the white flag. We'll show the green, this time off turn number 4. Here comes the green, and here comes Ordway up the inside. Ritzkus, not quite as good a restart this time. Ordway is able to go alongside. In turns 1 and 2, coming off the low side, Ritzkus holds the lead. Ordway, this time looks low. Ordway, much closer on the restart this time, actually alongside Ritzkus between turns 1 and 2, but by the time we complete our first complete green flag lap, Ritzkus has reestablished a 4-car length margin. Hurley now look to the inside of Ordway. Ordway risked everything on an outside move between turns 1 and 2. It did not produce the lead, and now he finds himself losing ground to Ritzkus, battling for second place with Chris Hurley. Ritzkus high, wide, and handsome now with a 5-car length advantage. 5 laps to go. Hurley now solidly alongside Ordway on the front straightaway. Similarly, McKnight outside of Wood. McKnight will take over the 4th spot. Oh, if he had only did it for that tire a few laps earlier, it'll be 47 down and 3 to go. This time for Randy Ritzkus. Dave McKnight is flying in 4th place. McKnight in the 4th spot, gunning for the 2nd spot before this one is over. Ritzkus is gone. Ritzkus with 48 down and 2 to go this time, looking to chalk up his first victory of the 1996 campaign, and his first as a member of the Shea Concrete team. Meanwhile, smooth running Russ Wood in the 5th place, just a lap and a half from clinching his 3rd ISMA championship in 6 years. Jerry Kritzman will put the white flag in the air for Randy Ritzkus. He has nearly half a straightaway over 2nd place Mike Ordway. Hurley is 3rd. McKnight runs 4th, and Wood is 5th. Down the back straightaway for the last time comes Randy Ritzkus. He will glide through turns 3 and 4. He will see the checkered flag in the air, and Randy Ritzkus will score the victory. Ordway 2nd, Hurley 3rd, McKnight 4th. Wood is your champion, finishing 5th. Abold is 6th, Payne is 7th, and Dave Samard comes home 8th.
All right, so Randy Ritzkus claims the 50-lap feature event here for the Supermodifieds on this, our 23rd annual Red Dog World Series of Speedway Racing.
Leading a good portion of this one today, boy, I'll tell you. That car flying out in front. Russ Wood, of course, the champion. Clinching that with a 5th place finish here today. For the Auto Palestine, Paul Dunnigan's car.
Following victory lane ceremonies with Al Robinson, we will roll out the small block modifieds, and then we will have the intermission to break down the infield and so on and so forth. All right, let's go trackside once again. Here is Al Robinson. Al?
Test check. Well, with a cheer, Randy Ritzkus jumps out of the number 27 Shea Concrete Supermodified. You can tell he is one happy camper. As he led all 50 laps, he had to withstand one big challenge on the final restart for Mike Ordway. And as the photographers snap away. We're ready to talk to Randy in just a moment here. An all-around good day for the Shea Concrete team as Dave Samar comes home with the top and finish as well. Let's get in here and have a word with Randy Ritzkus. Randy, welcome back to Victory Lane.
Oh, thank you. It's been too long. This is quite the way to do it.
You had control all the way. There was one moment, the last restart. Mike Ordway was alongside you between turns 1 and 2.
Well, last week we were really fast when we were here, and I was really nursing the car, and I think I just nursed it a little too much in the last restart. Gave a chance to get beside me. Guys told me I guess I pulled away the last few laps, so we had a good car.
It seemed like it took no more than 2 laps before you really came in and started putting distance on Mike and Chris. Did you know that you were able to pull them that much?
I had some signals with the guys during caution laps, so they would tell me if I was pulling them, but I wasn't pushing the car, saving the tires, because everybody told me this track is really hit the tires up, so I nursed it, and we still quick.
Some long green flag runs early in the race, a lot of traffic. Any close calls?
Every time you lap somebody, it's a close call, you know. They got to be paying attention. Some guys wanted to go low, some guys wanted to go high. I just kind of shook the dice and hoped for the best every time I went by.
Well, he rolled the dice, and they came up 7s today, 27s perhaps. First victory of the season for Randy Ritzkus in the season finale. He'll share the honors today with our 1996 International Supermodified Association champion, Russ Wood. Randy, you got one more thing you need to do. 50-50 drawing. A nice round, $1,550 to the winner of the ISMA Supermodified drawing. And Randy selects ticket number, this is orange ticket, number 017952. 17952, the winning ticket for $1,550.
But up in front, it is Bob the Snake, Georgitis, and Eric Burnt on the front row. Dick Brooks back atop the flag stand, and he shows the field a pledge green flag. The NASCAR Winston Small Block Modifieds ready to go here this afternoon. Todd Soravola, another driver to watch in that 57 car. NASCAR Featherlight Modified Tour up next. 125 laps to decide the NASCAR National Modified Championship. All right, safety lights are out atop the Diamond Chevrolet pace car, and Bob the Snake, Georgitis, and Eric Burnt will bring the field around for this 30-lap Winston Racing Series Small Block Modified feature event here at the Big T, part of the Red Dog World Series of Racing here at the Thompson Speedway. Thanks for coming on out and joining us in this beautiful October Sunday afternoon here in northeastern Connecticut. Great day for racing, and some great racing still to come today. Oh, we're somewhere about halfway through the program, I guess, here this afternoon, maybe not quite. A lot of racing still to come.
I think we are just a little bit beyond, but at any rate, here we go. Green flag is out. We are off and running, and it is Georgitis who will set the pace, leading the small blocks, thundering into turn number 1. Georgitis sets the pace as they exit turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Saravello gets a great jump, but we've got him stacked up on the back straightaway, and about an eighth of the field appears to be involved in this one, so we will immediately go back to caution as lots and lots of race cars are stacked up over there on the backstretch.
And about a dozen cars, it looks like, have been involved in this one.
Looks like Ted Beck-Narzik is involved in that one. And
looks them over. Here they come off the corner, and we've got a green this time.
underway we are, and it is the 86 out in front as everybody does a little bumping and weaving, and we've got a couple of cars that have come together down here on the backstretch. Rick Young in car number 0, and it looks like the 2 automobile as well of Darren Mandito.
And that'll bring out the second caution before we even get the first lap in the books. All right, let's try it again. As having a tough time with this small block modified feature event. Getting it underway here this afternoon. Still no laps complete. Officially. All right, here we come. Down to the line. Green is out, and a good start this time as Georgitis pulls away. And look at the 57 car Todd Cerevolo trying to keep the nose down there on the bottom, and Cerevolo trying to make a good move to the low side of the racetrack and take second. Here in the early going, he looks up in the mirror, and he sees the veteran, Bobby Potter. He would like to get out in front and just defend it from there. Georgitis leads, Cerevolo is second, and hey, we get a lap on the boards here this afternoon.
All right, Georgitis takes him deep into turn number 1. Cerevolo runs in the second spot. Potter is third. Byrne is back into the fourth spot. Then it is car number 78 that is moved up. That's Steve Lombardo. Steve rounds out the top 5 as they exit turn number 4. Shuffle the deck just a little bit more as the 96 of Kurt Brainerd takes a peek to the inside of 47 of Scott Spaulding. Scott took a pretty good lick in that first lap mishap, but was not technically involved. He was able to just keep right on going. You can see a lot of damage done to that race car. Meanwhile, the 86 Georgitis brings the field to a caution flag as we have some debris up in turn number 2 by the looks of things.
Yeah, right under the Winston Racing Series billboard. So that'll bring out caution again here on the racetrack as the Napa safety crew jogs on out there to remove the debris from the racetrack. And we'll go right back to green here in just a moment. The Snake, Bob Georgitis, still in command, followed by the 57 car running in second of Todd Cerevolo. Bobby Potter is third.
All right, so we're going to try it again. Georgitis, Cerevolo. That's the front row. Potter and Burnt. Row number 2. Nice and easy through turns 3 and 4. Let's see how the start goes. Green is out. We are underway. Here comes Georgitis leading the pack off of turn number 4. Bobby Potter drops right to the bottom of the racetrack, tries to pull up alongside, cannot make the move. The 72 car zips down through the infield, and it takes Dave.
We got a big pileup out in 1 and 2. About another dozen cars jammed together out there in the first turn. And we're back under yellow. Tom White, a lot of damage to the front end of his car as he limps around the racetrack. Kurt Brainerd is in it. All right, Red Dog World Series of Auto Racing right here. The small block modifieds ready to do it once again. Bob Georgitis this time with Todd Cerevolo again on the outside, and then we've got the 51 of Bobby Potter in third, and the 78 of Steve Lombardo in fourth. All right, here we come. The pace car pulls off the racetrack in turn 4, and the green is out, and we're back underway, folks.
Here they come. Potter gets a great run underneath Cerevolo, and Bob Potter puts the 51 squarely into that second spot right behind the 86 of Georgitis. Cerevolo runs next. Then it is Lombardo in the 4th position. We shuffle and bump and grind a little bit between turns 1 and 2, but everybody makes it through. Off the 4th turn, here comes Potter, dives to the bottom of the racetrack, but we've got a car up into the wall, and it is the number 21 car. Tough afternoon for driver Jeff Johnson, and he has come to a stop against the wall between turns 3 and 4.
There's a tangle back there between him and another automobile, and that does take a little bit of, or rather, change the handling of the car just a little bit with the spoiler knocked all out of whack.
It's like a spoiler angled like a snowplow.
Yep.
Well, let's see what happens. Pace car dives in, and Georgitis jumps on the throttle. Green flag comes out once again. Potter tries to get underneath. Oh, almost makes contact with Cerevolo, but they managed to get to turn 1. And it is Georgitis. Here comes Cerevolo down low, makes contact with Bobby, and the 2 create a problem over in the backstretch as Bobby Georgitis spins to the infield, collects at least one more car. And off
He's
the
going.
turn we come.
But the yellow is out. Everybody underway with the caution is out as Bob Georgitis also with one other automobile going around. Is that Chris Carell? Not yet, anyway. All right, so Todd Cerevolo, who is a winner here at Thompson in the past, we'll bring him around with Bob Potter and Steve Lombardo, Scott Spaulding and Don Fowler, and Ted Christopher now. Teddy started last. In 2 laps, he's moved up into 6th. Pretty impressive accident avoidance there for TC as he's come from the back of the pack, missing all the wrecks, and he's now up to 5th as they throw the green. Jimmy Broderick also takes advantage. He was in the pits for the initial green flag, and he's up into the top 6 right now.
Okay, single file seemed to work rather well that time as they head back down into turn number 3. It is Todd Cerevolo in the 57, the 51 for Bob Potter, and then it is Steve Lombardo in the 78 as they work their way off of turn number 4. Spalding, Christopher, in that order as they head back to 1 and 2 down to the inside. Christopher takes a look underneath the 47 of Spalding. Can't make the move that time. Teddy drops back in, remains in position number 5. Cerevolo gets way up high between 3 and 4, but does not relinquish the lead to Potter, who is right there knocking at the door.
A lot of smoke out of the 22 of Agor. Looks like he's got a Nerf bar rubbing against the left rear tire on the double deuce out there. Lloyd Agor from Manpack, New York. Meanwhile, TC comes down to the inside of Scott Spalding and takes over 4th position. Teddy Christopher also doing double duty here today, moves up a notch into the 4th spot. As they run back into the first turn, it is still Todd Cerevolo leading Bob Potter. In 3rd, Steve Lombardo, Ted Christopher in 4th. Scott Spalding is 5th, and Jim Broderick holds down 6th. Here comes Potter. He takes a look to the inside of Cerevolo in 3, but Todd Cerevolo still able to hold him off as we come down and complete lap number 6.
Todd Cerevolo, obviously one of the really young up-and-coming drivers in this division, and he looks in the mirror, and boy, if there ever was a veteran of open-wheel modified racing, it is Bob Potter in the 51, right there knocking at the door. Cerevolo and Potter both carrying Paul's TV sponsorship. We've got a spin down in turn number 1. It is the 21 car again, and it looks like
Caution is out.
it sure is.
That is the 21 again for the 3rd time today. That's Jeff Johnson. He spun out in the 4th turn, tagged the wall in the 3rd turn, and now spins again in the 2nd turn. And wouldn't you know it, starts right up. Holding off Bob Potter here with 7 complete, 23 to go. Then it is 78 Lombardo.
Green flag is out, and as they work their way off of turn 4, back down to the start-finish line, Cerevolo once again sets the pace with Potter in the 2nd position. They work their way back to turn 1 and 2. Teddy Christopher from last all the way up to 3rd with only 7 laps up the scoreboard, and Christopher now knocks at the rear door of the Potter race car. Christopher wastes no time taking the peak to the low side. Can't make the move this time, but tucks right back in, and the lead trio crosses the stripe.
Cerevolo is out in front, but he is really feeling the heat from Bob Potter. Christopher right there as well in the 3rd spot on the black and silver, number 13. Lombardo back to 4th, and Jimmy Broderick has passed Scott Spalding for 5th position out there on the racetrack as we put lap number 9 on the board this time. Cerevolo, Potter, and TC, the front 3, heading back to the 1st turn.
All right, the lead trio beginning to pull away just a little bit. There's a good run for position number 4 on the racetrack. Steve Lombardo in car number 78 holds on to that 4th spot. But right there knocking at the door is Broderick in the 66 as Broderick gets a little on his cape off of 4. He's able to gather it back together. Spalding runs behind him. And it is Don Fowler and the 0 for driver Ricky Young.
Top 3 locked together out there, but now Christopher beginning to fall back just a little bit. In the number 13, he's lost about 2 to 3 car lengths on Potter. As we complete lap number 11, Potter takes a peek to the inside. He's got the wheel alongside as they go to turn 1. That's the challenge for the lead. Bobby Potter in the white number 51 down low. And Todd Cerevolo, the youngster, as we've got the 60 going around out here in turn 4. He keeps it underway as Potter gets the run underneath Todd Cerevolo, and Teddy's going to make it 3 wide as they come out of 4. And look at this, but we've got a caution. The 91 has lost a motor out there in the back straightaway.
I'll tell you, certainly has had his hands full this afternoon, and it's far from over yet as the youngster leads 2 veteran drivers. All right, pace car is in. Here they come. Green flag is out one more time, and Cerevolo runs it up through the gearbox, brings the field across the line. Potter runs in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Christopher. 4th is the 66 of Jimmy Broderick. In the 5th spot, the 47 car for Scott Spalding. Steve Lombardo is back with 1 spot with the 78, followed by Ricky Young.
Steve had a little bit of a problem on that restart as he fell back a few spots. in the number 78X, but he's now settled in the 6th position. Coming up on halfway, 13 down next time, and Bob Potter putting the pressure on number 57, Todd Saravolo. Saravolo slides up the racetrack a little bit. Potter unable to come down to the bottom, and Christopher taking a look down there. Potter in a tough spot right now. If he tries to make the move, he's got Christopher to worry about right in his back bumper as they rumble off 2 now and head down the back chute.
We all remember the picture a few minutes ago with him coming off of turn 4, 3 wide. Let's see if it happens again. Saravolo, however, gets a little bit high. Potter dives to the bottom and gets a little bit loose. When he does, Christopher gives him room to recover, and they remain 1, 2, 3. Pretty much single file. Potter and Saravolo make contact.
Bobby Potter, second place car. Looked like Saravolo got a little loose out there in 2, and the caution is out here as we approach halfway. We're not quite going to get there.
This could be interesting.
He's going to have a head of steam by the time he gets to the front of the pack. All right, green flag is out, and here comes Potter in the lead, ahead of the 66.
And we've got trouble right over here on the straightaway, and it looks like we've collected at least 2 cars involved. The 91 made contact up in the wall and collected Todd Zegady's car, number 60. He is unable to drive away. So it looks like a tough afternoon for the Zegedy machine. You can see a lot of damage done to that.
All right, Dick Brooks drops the green, and Lombardo has got a problem in the 78. That car does not come up to speed on the restart. So Steve Lombardo definitely with a problem as the leaders take it back into 1. And I think we're going to go right back to yellow as Lombardo is unable to start that number 78. And he is sitting in a pretty tough spot right there in the middle of the racetrack in turn 4. Push truck will come in and give an assist to Lombardo's number 78 car. We should be able to go right back to green here. And in fact, that is the signal from Dick Brooks. The crash they had at Flemington a couple of weeks ago where they pretty well destroyed the newer race car. So Hirschman to the backup, qualified in 10th. And Steve Park, of course, his 9th pole of the year for the Sheba Racing team.
All right, remember,
And
this
now,
race has been reduced to 25 laps. Jamie Steele slows on the backstretch. Let's see what happens. Lazy green is out, and we are right back to caution again. You ever consider running for office, Paul? No, today's the day to do it. Got 12,000 votes.
All right, 6 to go now for this small block modified feature. There's the green flag. And let's see what TC does. Keep your eyes on him in that black number 13 as he continues to try to move up through the field. He'll be surprised that he only has 5 laps to make a move to the front. Number 51, Bob Potter in the lead, followed by Jimmy Broderick, who's had a great 96 season, won the fall final out at Stafford, comes down to the line, challenging Potter. 5 laps to go, and Potter must be thinking, hey, not bad, 5 to go.
We'll take it. Veteran Bob Potter out in front. He's setting the pace, and it is the number 66 for Jimmy Broderick running in that 2nd spot. A great run this afternoon, which certainly has actually ended up changing things around for car number 47. It's Scott Spalding. Got off to a real tough start as he was involved in that mishap over on the backstretch. Got the car pretty well bent up, and now has managed to move up and is running very consistently in the 3rd spot. Potter setting the pace, leading him back across the stripe, and 17 are on the scoreboard. Next time by, the 2-lap marker will be displayed for Bob Potter, one of the all-time gentlemen. Bobby out of Norwich in the Freddy's TV wins oil car number 51. Down to the line, and the 2-lap marker shown to Bob Potter as he has managed to open things up just a bit on the rest of the field. TC scrambling, trying to get back up through the pack, but a long, long way to go, and time is running out. Christopher now drops off the pace with the Mystique Motorsports car number 13, and it looks like TC is in trouble with that race car. White flag is out one more time around the park. Bob Potter off turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Here they come. Checkered flag is out. And Bob Potter claims the win here this afternoon. Norwich, Connecticut driver Bob Potter takes down the win. Bob started 6th on the field. Finishing in the 2nd spot was car number 66 for Jimmy Broderick. In the 3rd position was the 47 automobile of Scott Spaulding. Then it was Rick Young in car number 0 and Don Fowler in the 26th. And of course that is very, very unofficial. All right, now following victory lane ceremonies here, we will be calling off lucky program numbers. We will be calling off a ticket number as well, not only a general admission ticket, but a pit number ticket. And we'll be giving away tickets to Lee USA Speedway's Oktoberfest next weekend. Claim your prize. Let's go trackside with Rich Bono.
All right, Russ, thank you very much. Bob Potter out of Norwich, Connecticut, puts the Freddy's TV CJ machine number 51 in victory lane here at the World Series. A great run for the veteran driver, nailing down a win in the Red Dog World Series here at the Big T. Bob Potter coming home victorious here this afternoon, and a great run for the veteran driver out of Norwich, Connecticut. Dick Brooks presenting him with the checkered flag. Bob, congratulations on a great run for you here this afternoon. Car was pretty strong out there in the early going, but Todd Cervolo gave you a good run. Teddy Christopher put a lot of pressure on you as well.
Yeah, the car was going real good. Freddie's TV car just was awesome. It was awesome last weekend. Today was running pretty good too, but it was just tough getting going because we had so many restarts, But sure feels good to be in victory lane a bit.
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been here in victory lane. Congratulations. Good to see you back.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I just hope the modifieds come back next year.
All right, congratulations, Bob, on a terrific run.
Thank you very much.
Bob Potter out of Norwich, Connecticut is your winner in the small block modified feature in the World Series of Auto Racing here at Thompson Speedway, brought to you by the folks at Red Dog. NASCAR Featherlight Mods rolling out onto the racetrack for their feature event here this afternoon.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
And the field comes to drive on the front straightaway of this season historic 5/8 miles Thompson International Speedway. And we will of the NASCAR Featherlight Modified Tour
To its natural conclusion right here at the Big T. 65 points separate our 2 competitors for the championship. The driver of car number 3, Tony Hirschman, leads going into the event. Steve Park, who is headed south to drive for Teresa and Dale Earnhardt in the 1997 season. And we are just about set to get underway. We are going to ask your help, and we will let you know, but traditional Thompson Speedway send-off for the Red Dog World Series is something these drivers are very, very deserving of, and we hope that you will give them a spectacular send-off. We'll let you know when there's but 1 lap to go. We'll ask that you stand and wave and cheer on the men who live by the grace of God at 600 horsepower. Happy birthday wishes going out to Raleigh Barrows, who is celebrating his 42nd birthday with his kids here at Thompson. S.J. Yvonson, Doug Meservey, Tim DeRoyne, and Carl Erickson. That's the field for the final event of the 1996 season for the NASCAR Featherlight Modified Tour. Modified Tour, just about at the start-finish line. Starter Dick Brooks says we're going to go next time. Gentlemen, the lights have been turned off on top of the pace car and around the speedway. The drivers are ready. The crews are all staged on pit road. The NASCAR officials are in place. The scorers are ready. We are ready, and we know that you, the fans, are ready for this premier event here this afternoon. Featherlight Modified Tour. And Rich, we are in for a goodie.
Is that ready to go? Doesn't get any better than this. October, Thompson, Modifieds, and the championship all rolled into one. On top of that, a lot of emotion for a lot of these drivers. Steve Park's last ride in a modified, perhaps for a long time. Last ride for Eddie Flemke and John Hummel's car. And at the starting lineup driver introductions, John Hummel gave him a big emotional hug just prior to Eddie getting into the car. Last ride for Bruce D'Alessandro. Championship battle. It's all right here. 32 guys ready to go. Pace car is off, and Charlie Pastriak and Eddie Flemke bring them around off turn 4.
Here they come. Nice and easy. Picture-perfect start. They exit turn 4. They run it up through the gearbox. The green flag is out, and the dash is on for turn number 1.
All right, Pastriak with the early jump, and we've got a problem off of 4. Carl Erickson may have gotten into the wall, and that will bring out the caution right on the start. Carl Erickson, and now he's underway.
You can see he does have some problems with that. It looks like he may have caught the wall and broke a suspension part in the right front of that race car. So Carl Erickson will scoot around, will head for pit road, and hopefully some quick repairs for him.
NASCAR has indicated that they will hold Carl Erickson a lap for halting to bring out the caution. So we'll see. Erickson was the first alternate to this race. Ken Woolley had qualified, but Ken has business commitments this weekend. 2 laps on the scoreboard.
Quick report from the pit area. Appears that it's not only a flat tire, but possibly a coilover shock has broken on the Erickson car. So this probably will not be a quick fix for him.
All right, pace car is off as Dick Brooks looks him over, shows him green as number 5, Charlie Pastriak, stands on it, drags Steve Park right along for the ride. Park is now up into second position as they rumble down into the first turn. Flemke settles in third, then it's Tom Bowles in 4th. Tim Connolly and Mike Stefanik battle for the 5th position. Back in 7th is number 13, Ted Christopher. 8th, Rick Fuller. 9th, Tony Hirschman. And 10th on the outside comes 21, Jerry Marquis.
Teddy Christopher told me this morning, he said, you know, I love this race car. He said, it is just my favorite. And it looks like he's doing very, very well with it. The early goings to the stages of this race with car number 13. Pretty much single file for the top 10. Then we get side by side with Bruce D'Alessandro and Carl Pastriak as they work alongside Tony Ferrante and company. And it looks like the Bergman machine has come to a halt over in turn number 3, so we are back under caution again.
Second caution of the night, this one coming out on lap 5. And number 32, Dave Bergman, goes a lap down as he goes around in the 3rd turn. Tough break for David, who has had some great runs here at Thompson Speedway, including a 6th place finish in last year's Sunoco 300 round, although this time on the outside he has Stephen Park, driver of Scott and Patty Benzel's number 8, on the outside of that front row. Once again, he'll be driving a team truck to Ron Hornaday next week in Las Vegas. Ed Flemke has fallen to 3rd. Tom Bowles is 4th. 5th is Timmy Connolly. All right, there's the green and a great jump from Pastriak.
Once again, Pastriak leads them down across the line. Takes the field in turn number 1. Steve Park runs in the 2nd spot. Back there in the 3rd spot, Tom Bowles with the Bear Motorsports number 14. Then it is Flemke. You can see a lot of sparks coming up from underneath the Teddy Christopher and the Tim Connolly race cars as they exit turn number 2. They're back to the 4th turn already. Pastriak and Park leading the field across the line.
We just want to let you know, too, we'll tell you a little bit more later, there is a special award for the 4th place finisher tonight, the Bubby's Race Chasers award in memory of Corky Cookman, who won this race 10 years ago today.
Things up just a little bit over Steve Park, and the 14 car as they work their way back through 3 and 4. Everybody's pretty well stacked up behind the lead trio as Lemke has Christopher and Stefanik right there in his rearview mirror.
There may have been some fuel venting from the number 8 as he came down the front straightaway that last time by. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. It looked like it was up on the top left of the back panel, which is where the fuel vent is located. Let's see what happens as he runs by this time. It does appear that he's still venting, but it does appear to be fuel. Nothing really to worry about at this stage of the game.
No, but you can see that Bowles has backed off just a little bit. And a big burst coming out of that car on the vent down the back straightaway. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that as Stephen Park has now closed right into the rear bumper of Pastriak, and Park wants to do everything in his power to not only win the race, but hopefully in his mind to grab the championship from car number 3. Keep an eye on Hirschman and Park, as Hirschman has to finish 15th or better in order to clinch the championship, and that would mean that Park would basically have to win it, and Hirschman would have to finish at least 16th in order for Steve to be able to put this thing together.
Hirschman right now in 9th. Kind of interesting to watch. Just a lap ago, Park was right on the back bumper of Charlie Pastriak. Now he's about 10 car lengths back. Got to kind of wonder what's going on right there as Park falls back just a tad in that Sunoco number 8. Here comes Connolly now, up underneath Eddie Flemke. Flemke has just lost a couple of spots. Teddy Christopher is now up into the 4th position. 5th is Mike Stefanik. Connolly moves up into 6th spot, and number 17, Rick Fuller, now challenging his one car again, very slow on the bottom of the racetrack. I believe that is Carl Erickson again, off the pace in the number 71. It looks like he will make it to pit road.
He does. He is down out of harm's way, pulls the car back behind pit wall, and this may be all she wrote for Erickson's run here today. Meanwhile, Pastriak suddenly looks in the mirror, and here comes Park closing the door one more time with car number 8. The 14 machine for Tom Bowles runs in the 3rd spot pretty much by himself. And then we are back to the 13th for Ted Christopher. And the 6th, one of the winningest drivers here at this speedway, Mike Stefanik in car number 6. And it is Tim Connolly, Rick Fuller, Eddie Flemke in that order as they exit turn number 4 and come back across the line. Hirschman sandwiched right in the middle between Flemke and the 21 car. All right, a challenge for the lead as they head down the back straightaway. Park pulls right up alongside, makes it look easy, and Steve Park picks up the lead as they exit turn number 4. Park will be credited with leading lap number 19.
One thing, unlike Winston Cup, they don't award points to race leaders in a modified tour, so Park out in front. But Hirschman doesn't really have to worry about it. He's up there in the 8th position. He's just past Eddie Flemke. That car just not where he needs it to be at this stage of the game. Flemke backpedaling a little bit. Also keep your eyes on Jan Leedy in the number 25. Talked to him earlier this afternoon, and he was very optimistic about his chances tonight, although he was starting deep in the pack. Leedy is pumped up. Doesn't want the season to end. He's had a great year, winning his last 2 times out, both at Oswego on a non-tour event, and also at Flemington. And he doesn't want 96 to come to an end. He feels he's on a roll, and he wants to take advantage of it as long as he can. He's pretty far, and whoa, we've got trouble in the race leaders up in front. Into the wall is Tom Bowles, as both he and Ted Christopher get together, and Tom Bowles catches the brunt of that one.
NASCAR Featherlight Modified Tour action with Steve Park setting the pace. What a great way to end your official career as a modified driver by taking down a win. It could be a bittersweet experience for Steve
Mike
Park.
McLaughlin did here at Thompson. He won the 300 in his last modified start ever.
Yep, sure did. All right, here we go. Back to green, and Park and Pastriak lead them down the straightaway as the 21 car of Marquis. Woo, almost made contact with the 50 of Rich Clark. Clark is on it and off it, and it appears as though he may be experiencing some problems with that race car.
Well, he's a lap down, and he's bundled right in with the leaders, and everybody's trying to find their way around this mess out there in turn 4. Rich Clark right in the middle of it, in the number 50. Not a good place to be, and everybody's stacking up behind that number 50 automobile. But out in front, Park is broken away again. New 3rd place car is Mike Stefanik. He gets by the number 13 of Teddy Christopher, and Stefanik is now up into the 3rd spot and tapping the back bumper of Charlie Pastriak out there.
That three-way run with Connolly, Hirschman, and Marquis continues to be an interesting battle as they are really, really going at it. You can see Hirschman looking to the outside of Connolly as Stefanik drives underneath.
Hirschman almost lost it out there in 3. That car was cranked sideways as he and Connolly got together. That was a miracle.
Yeah.
Trouble.
There is trouble. Bert Marvin's 07 has gone around.
He's under power and still rolling, so we're going to stay green, but it looks like Bert Marvin, the impressive rookie out of Colchester, is going to go a lap down right here.
Sure does. Whoa, Christopher and the 5 of Pastriak make contact, and Charlie has a tire go down, and wham! Hard hit right into the light pole.
Connolly is 360 out there in turn 2. All the drivers pretty much had planned a pit stop about midway, and then when a lot of the competitors up front realized there were so many cautions, some of them didn't pit and went the whole way on their tires. This is only a 125-lap race, which is relatively short here at the Big T for the modifieds, compared to in the past when we run like a 300-lapper here. But this one relatively short for the Tour, so 90 so laps may not be so bad for guys like Flemke and also Connolly in the 4.
All right, here they come. Green flag is back out once again. Steve Park walks up, but it looks like TC takes the ride down through the infield. He's okay.
Trouble in turn 1 as a bunch of cars get together. Bruce D'Alessandro may have brushed the wall down there in turn 1. That may have started that melee behind him, and that's Mike Christopher, who has spun across the racetrack in the number 88, and also Rich Clark from Southold, New York, in the 50. Mike Christopher trying to pull away, but Clark blocking his exit path.
All right, looks like a pretty routine stop for Tom Baldwin at car number 7, and a quick check of the Bruce Del Bendaggio number 36. So everybody is back out on the racetrack, except for the pace car, which dives to the infield. Green flag flies underway once again, and it looks like there may be a real challenge for the lead as Fuller and Stefanik are all over the rear bumper of Steve Park, but Park emerges as the leader as they head down the back straightaway. Stefanik is right there, and you can see the horsepower underneath the hood of that car number 6.
All right, off of 4 they come. Stefanik tries to make a run up on Steve Park, but Park is able to hold him off. Everybody's single file, but we've got a 3 deep here at the start-finish line as Avery goes under Ed Kennedy and the 16 of Kopech. Avery digging right to the bottom of the track, and he's trying to take Jan Leedy with him up to the front.
Leedy zips right on by the Kopech machine, and keep an eye on Tommy Bowles as the 14, which had been running 3rd in this event, is also headed back to the front.
Here comes 21. He's up to 3rd, starting 12. Jerry Marquis in yard Ferry number 21, up into the 3rd position. We talked to him earlier. He said he hasn't finished out of the top 2 all year here at Thompson, and it looks like Rick Fuller either has a problem or he's just being a little conservative this point of the race. I would say he's got a problem. Never known Rick Fuller to drive conservatively. He's falling back a little bit, moves the Hirschman up into 5th as Rick Fuller in his brother Bobby's number 17 begins to fall back through the field, and we've got trouble in 2.
I'll tell you what, while we go back to caution, one that we certainly have to make note of is Jamie Tomato. Tomato having a great run here with car number 99. Former modified champ is right back in the thick of things, and Connolly is once again on pit road.
Jan Leedy, Reggie Ruggiero, all in the pits. All right, on pit road, once again, a lot of the cars, including some of the drivers up front, Jan Leedy in the 25, and Rick Fuller in the 17, Ruggiero in the 44, in the pits as well, Kopech and Bowles and Airy, who brought out the caution, all taking advantage of this lap 45 caution to pit. You can see smoke coming out of the 17 of Fuller. So there is a problem on the Fuller car, as you can see the white smoke coming out of the 17. Yeah, Fuller came back out on the racetrack and waved everyone by, so he doesn't want to sit around and cause a problem up in front. He's electing to start at the rear. We are approaching lap number 50 in this one. 47 are complete as we go back to green. Standing on it as they come out of 4, we've got Steve Park out in front. Stefanik in second, and Hirschman moving on up to 3rd. He doesn't look like the guy running for the championship out here tonight. He runs up to 3rd spot as he goes up and around on the high side. Gets by Jerry Marquis as Chris Kopech and Tommy Bowles get together in turn 2. Everybody sorts it out as we put lap 48 on the boards. It's Park, Stefanik, Hirschman, 21 of Jerry Marquis running along in 4th, and then the 77 of Mikey Winitsko. Pretty good run for Winitsko here tonight. Running up in the 5th spot in his final run for Kurt Chase.
Mikey Winitsko looks a little bit ahead of him, and he sees the car that he will be driving next year. See the racing number 8. That's for the race. Take a look in the mirror and see Tony Hirschman moving to the front. Hirschman only needs to finish the pace right now. He's settled in 3rd place and he looks strong.
Yeah, looking like a racer. He said earlier that if he could run in the top 5, he'd take it there. He's there now, and up in front of him we've got Park and Stefanik. Stefanik wants to go out a winner this year. He didn't win at all in the Busch North Series, but he's won 3 Modified Tour events. And probably the best second half of the season as anyone in the Modified Tour. He'd like to go out in 96 on a high note by winning this event. He was the winner of it a year ago in the Vernon Boilers Wheel and Bacon number 6. He's looking pretty strong right here. He's 51 down in the 125 here today, the Red Dog event. As you can see, Rick Fuller operating off the pace here, in danger of going a lap down as the field begins to close in on the 93 national champion, and now he is way off the pace. Won't even make another lap. He takes the hard left, moves it right behind the field wall. Tough one for Ricky Fuller. He is out of it tonight. And he was 3rd going into the standings tonight.
Tony Hirschman took a look to the inside out like Stefanik just a few moments ago. First, he needs to stay out of trouble. He doesn't want to get to racing with anyone in close quarters. He's on his way to the championship. And he'll never challenge like Stefanik. Stefanik shut the door. Third, and Chris D'Alessandro returns to the speedway.
All right. Word from Gary Danko in the pits is that it was a skip in the motor. Number 17, Rick Fuller, that may have gotten a lot worse. Trouble in 4. Ed Kennedy goes around, and he keeps the car right in the middle of the racetrack and out of harm's way. Ruggiero had to go right down to the bottom of the track to avoid, and the Jet, Jamie Tomeno, had no choice in the matter but to spin the 99 to avoid that mess in turn 4 to bring out our 7th caution of the night. Kennedy looked like he may have got turned around out there by the number 10 of Dan Avery. Definitely some contact made out there in turn 4 to cause that one, and Kennedy going around to bring out caution number 7. Well, you got to think at this point that Hirschman will do whatever Park does. All right, green is out. We're underway, and look at Hirschman digging to the inside. He's racing for that 2nd spot. Underneath number 6, Mike Stefanik, as they run into Stefanik. Little bumper thumper out there to the 8 of Park as he tries to go up to 2nd as they rumble up front for the race lead. It's Steve Park, Stefanik, and now Hirschman says, I think I'll just run in here in 3rd spot for a while once again with 21 of Marquis back here in 4th, and Mikey Winitsko in 5th.
A solid 6th place run. Randy always seems to run his best here, Thompson. In fact, he's still looking for his first career win. He came the closest to his first career win here on Thompson in the Icebreaker a couple of seasons ago. How about the race to tell the faster guy one?
How about a run for Doug Meserve? He's up to 8th position after starting 31st in his final run for Guy Ronzone. Racing number 1. And he is looking like a rookie out there right now. He is up into the top 10, although now Eddie Flemke bypassing him a bit. Flemke pitted for tires on lap 29 and used up his allotment, and Flemke is now carving his way up through the field along with the Tiger, Tommy Baldwin, in the number 7. He pitted on the 38th lap, so those guys with a little bit fresher tires than the rest of the competitors, and they're showing it a little bit right now. Jan Leedy also, Reggie Ruggiero, and Tom Bowles, and 99 Tomeno, all on fresher tires, now beginning to try to move a little bit toward the front. But in the top few spots, drivers that have not pitted for tires, they're still looking pretty strong.
And it will be halfway home this time around. We're on the board. 63 laps to represent halfway. Nick Brooks preparing to give the cross flags, and his head needs the ring checks aren't good anymore.
All right, halfway this time, as you said, Al, and Jan Leedy beginning to make his presence felt as he works his way up into the top 10. If PNC Foods, number 25. He pitted just a few laps ago with the number 25 car and is beginning to make his run to the front, pitted on lap 45. And he is working his way up. He spun out in his time trial lap and had to take a provisional to get into the field today. But Jan wasn't really worried about where he was starting. He knew it was a long race, and with that early pit stop, he could be in position here to make a move toward the front should another caution occur.
And those two friendly rivals of so many recent modified and tour seasons, Steve Park and Mike Stefanik, battled out the lead. Stefanik keeps looking to the low side. Park with the momentum off the high side. He keeps the lead. Stefanik getting ever closer. Not far away from Steve Park for now, past the halfway mark.
All right, heading into the third turn, just 60 laps to go. Stefanik looking to the inside as it looks like Park's car pushing up a little bit, exiting the corners. That number 8 car sliding up the racetrack just a tad as they exit the turns. And that opens up the bottom to Mike Stefanik and that Barry Cannell wrenched number 6. Hirschman content to ride there in third, about 5 car lengths behind the lead duo and about 5 ahead of nearest rival Jerry Marquis. Then it's Mikey Winitsko in 5th, Tony Ferranti in 6th. A good run for Dan Avery back there in 7th. 8th is Eddie Flemke. 9th, Tom Baldwin, and Jan Leedy back up into the 10th position. Lead duo are now beginning to pull away just a little bit, Al, as Hirschman begins to fall back just a bit.
Now got a 2-car battle for the lead. Hirschman alone in 3rd, and 2-car battle for 4th. Marty and Winitsko, and then a lot of racetrack. Get back to the battle for 6th place. Now side by side, Dan Avery sneaks underneath Tony Ferranti. Avery now in the 6th position. Next to take the shot at Ferranti will be the 11th of Eddie Flemke Jr. And the Tiger Tom Baldwin in tow. Ferranti has the rear on the tires now. Slide back now. The challenge is for the lead off turn 2. Stefanik got his front wheels up the front wheels of Steve Park. Could go no further.
All right, Stefanik now beginning to turn it up a little bit. He ducks underneath Park as the 2 Goodyear cars go at it up in front with Hoosier's Tony Hirschman back there in 3rd. Park trying to hold down that top spot, but he is really feeling the heat from Stefanik, who started 5th. And a little bit of sparks coming out of the 8th that time, and that was interesting because it was in a spot where you usually don't see sparks here at Thompson Speedway. It was entering turn 3. It looks like it came out of the right rear. We'll keep our eyes on that sheet of number 8 as Park slides up the track a little bit again. Stefanik looks to the inside and he pulls the bumper up alongside as they go into turn 3. And again, the sparks show out of that number 8. Stefanik down on the bottom of the racetrack as they come down to the line to complete lap number 72. Park, who has held the lead. We've got trouble. Ruggiero is into the wall hard. I believe that is Kopech in there with him. Everybody else settling it on out. I think Jan Leedy was involved in there too, in the number 25, but I'll tell you what, Reggie took a shot in Mario Fiore's number 44, and that'll be it for the Reg, and he will suffer through his 2nd straight winless season on the NASCAR Featherlight Modified Tour.
If there were a frustration award for 1996 on the tour, it would certainly go to Reggie Ruggiero and Mario Fiore twice. They were on the threshold of victory, only for a tap from behind to send their hopes flying, and end of the season for the Reg is against the turn 3 wall. Earlier would make the move now. Here comes Park, Stefanik, Hirschman, Marquis Iwanitsko, Avery Ferranti, Baldwin, virtually the entire top 10 on pit road. And now it becomes in the hands of the pit crews. Flemke will take over the lead unofficially by staying on the speedway with the Almost Quality Deli Products number 11.
All right, let's see what happens here in the race for leaving pit road. Right side rubber on Old Blue, right side rubber on the 8. We'll watch them as they probably swing around and do the left rear on most of these cars as well. They are still working on the right side on Len Bowler's car, the Hirschman number 3. It looks like a good stop in progress, certainly a good stop for Avery, but I believe a good stop is in progress for Art Berry's team. Baldwin with a good stop as well, but he pitted earlier and he just took on a rear tire, I think, this time. Ferranti is out. There goes Park. There goes the 21 and the 6. Hirschman still on pit road, and there he goes. He's out right behind the 21. Losing a few spots on pit road there for the number 3. 36 is lapped, so running in the 7th spot would be Carl Pastriak, 8th Bobby G, 9th Dan Avery, and 10th Tom Baldwin.
So of the cars who pitted under this caution, Dan Avery is the leader, followed by Tom Baldwin. Green is out. Lemke will take off in the lead with Bowles challenging. Back. Car working his way around Tony Ferrani. Tony Hirschman with a lot of ground to make up. Good news for Hirschman, of course, the park is not that far ahead of him.
All right, Hirschman just really has to pass 2 cars to clinch the championship out here. He goes outside of Tim Airy. He just needs to finish 15th or better. It doesn't really matter what Park does. Out in front, though, the battle for the lead as we see Ed Flemke holding on just barely over the 14 of Tom Bowles, who is really getting around the racetrack in the Bears car. Then it's Tomeno, Bert Marvin, the rookie, Teddy Christopher in 5th, and Ed Kennedy in 6th. The front 6 have broken away a little bit from the rest of the pack as we watch Steve Park carve his way up to the front. He's already passed 2 cars in his charge to the front here with, just 45 laps to go next time by as the Mod Squad lumbers around the 5/8 mile here tonight.
Could this be TC's day? By winning a Busch North race at the Hampshire International Speedway, basically only thing that's left on Ted Christopher's resume until Supermodified modified for victory. He's up in the top 5 now, but Ed Kennedy is on the move. Kennedy in 6th. On Christopher. Carl Pastriak with a good run as well, but he's solidly in the top 10. Ed Kennedy, another driver, who always seems to save his best performances right here in Thompson.
That's right. He runs extremely well here at the big team. Meanwhile, Steve Park continues to blast toward the front. Just like a year ago, he's on a tear, trying to blast his way to the front, get into the race lead in that number 8 car. He knows he's got to do it. Hirschman back there in 16th position. Needs to pass just 1 car to take the National Modified Championship this year. And he was trying to work by 31. Hirschman, we've got 3 cars together out in 4. It looks like the 4 of Connolly, the 1 of Meservey, and the 35 of Avanson have all gotten together to bring out yet another caution here on the 82nd circuit. Dave Bergman with some damage also on the 32. You can see the Nerf bar rubbing against the right rear as he'll bounce back for sure. All right, Eddie Flemke Jr. trying to go out a winner with John Hummel here today. Tom Bowles trying to make his modified return to Thompson triumphant. Green is out, and look at Christopher right to the bottom of the racetrack, scoops up underneath the 07 of Bert Marvin and tries to get him, but he's unable to keep it stuck down low, and Marvin hangs on to 4th. Meanwhile, Steve Park in the 8, down on the bottom under Carl Pastriak, going at it out there in turn 3, and Park challenging now for the 6th position in the Sunoco Race Fuel Chevrolet. Park on a tear, folks.
And he will have that spot. He goes under Pastriak. His next object will be Ed Kennedy in the Ralph Solomon Zero car.
Hirschman, meanwhile, still back there in the 16th position. He had just made a move to get by Hirschman when the caution flag came out, and he had to go back behind Tony Ferranti, and had to settle back in behind. Now we'll see if he's able to get the spot. Meanwhile, we've got a caution as Chris Kopech tags the wall out there in turn 3.
It's kind of a dated story by now, but we like to tell it. Tom Bowles bears a considerable resemblance to the former world champion Nigel Mansell. The difference, of course, in this year, as in recent seasons, Tom has had a much better year.
Yeah. Tom doesn't have, $30 million a year for sitting around either, so. All right, pace car is off. Flemke and Bowles doing a little bumper tag out there as we go to green. Right now, Hirschman is 15th on the field. He's where he needs to be to clinch the championship by the skin of his teeth if he hangs on to this one. And Park continues his march to the front. Hirschman being very, very cautious at this point in the game. Meanwhile, out in front, Flemke as Fuller continues to make laps in the number 17. It is Flemke still out in front as we see the 8 of Steve Park continue to dig to the front of the pack. Steve Park in the Sunoco number 8, driving to the front of the pack as now Hirschman scoops up and around Tony Hirschman out there, goes around Tony Ferranti. We'll get the Tony straightened out. And Hirschman is now up into the 14th spot. Meanwhile, watch that yellow and blue number 8 as Park goes underneath the 13 of Christopher.
Park digging on the low side. He will, I was going to say he would clear Christopher. He doesn't clear him until they come off. Meanwhile, Hirschman picks up an important spot as he gets around around Tom Baldwin. There are a couple of cars in front of Hirschman now who are operating on relatively old tires. May be able to pick up a couple of spots. Right now, he's in the position that he needs, regardless of what happens. Steve Park, and what's happening to Steve Park right now, he is challenging Bert Marvin for 4th place. He was from under Marvin and then over the 4th position. As we come down to complete lap number 96, he will challenge Andy Fano for 3rd. Steve Park on the way to the front. Tony Hirschman doing what he needs to do to lock up the championship. Still 29 laps to run.
Stefanik has been pretty much lockstep with number 8 Steve Park as they work their way to the front. Bert Marvin also now trying to take advantage as Park is up to 3rd. Here comes Stefanik underneath Christopher to pick up another spot as they run to the front, completing lap number 97. Stefanik was putting a lot of pressure on Steve Park right there in the late going as they run down the back straightaway now. Stefanik sits 2 spots behind Park. Winding this one down, we've got about 36 laps to go, 37 laps to go, and this one as they cross the line and head back to turn 1. Flemke has opened up a little bit of an advantage over Bowles, but I'll tell you what, Steve Park is on a roll in that number 8 car.
Park closing on Tom Bowles now. He will look at the low side off turn number 4, and right, just a bumper behind turn number 1. Park will put Bowles away. Only 1 car between Steve Park and the lead. At lap 100, that 1 car is Eddie Flemke. Further back, Stefanik starting to move around Bert Marvin for the 4th position. And Hirschman on the tail of the back in front of him. He's going to work on Carl Pastriak to use spark fly. And Hirschman comes up behind Pastriak, leaders into turn 3.
Point that we're going to also make mention of, Al, is the fact that Flemke was in for tires on lap number 29, so he has a lot more laps on those tires than does Steve Park. As Park takes up 18 inside and not make the move, tucks right back into the rear bumper, but Park will not be satisfied with that. Down the backstretch they go as Steve Park finds himself virtually glued to the rear bumper of Ed Flemke Jr. Off the turn they come. This time by, we'll put 102 up on the scoreboard as Park now gets the nose up alongside the hot dog machine. Flemke tries to hold him down. They're side by side off of turn 2, down the back straightaway, 500 feet, and it might be settled when they hit turn 3. This time, the nod goes to Flemke as he holds off the hard challenging Steve Park. Back down to the stripe. Park pushing Flemke down the front straightaway. We're in for a real barn burner.
And Ed Flemke Sr. would certainly be proud of the performance he is putting out this afternoon. He's got older tires, but he's not going to get Steve Park. He's racing them clean, but he's racing them hard. Holds off Park. Hirschman creeps closer to the front. Park looking low, getting alongside. After car looking behind the flag stands at turn 1 on lap 105. Park will be fully alongside. Flemke digging in the high groove, but finally, Park coming off the low side will take over the top spot as they work lap 105.
Steve gets a great bite out of the hole with that car and is able to pull right up alongside. We've got to spin down in turn number 4, so we are under caution one more time.
And that should be the number 32 of Dave
Bergman's car, yes.
Dave Bergman, no apparent contact. He is able to refire and move away under his own power. If there's anybody...
Gary, looks like we've got a couple of people that are headed in, and one of them happens to be Tony Hirschman, car number 3, as he leads them down pit road. Tom Baldwin is coming in as well. It looks like Dan Avery and, of course, Rick Fuller, who has had just a miserable afternoon here with car number 17. A very close eye will be kept on car number 3, and we'll have to see if this is routine or if, in fact, there is a problem with that.
And the speculation here is that there may have been some left front damage when he and Carl Pastriak came in contact just a few laps ago down in turn number 1. There appears to be no work going on, but certainly plenty of inspection.
They changed the left front tire.